Hey yo, E King Fight News, back at it, and I gotta say, things are heating up in the heavyweight division. Deontay Wilder just lost a court case over a $4.3 million purse that he was supposed to get paid before he backed out of the Alexander Povetkin fight. And we're gonna give you more on this story, guys. E King Fight News. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. More on this. Alright, let's get it. So, apparently, Povetkin's promoter, Rubinsky, just won a court case to the tune of $4.3 million. That was the amount in an escrow account that was held basically for Deontay Wilder if he were to win this case. Right? And he would have won. He would have got that 4.3 million if Povetkin was duly punished for the whole Meldonium situation. If Povetkin had the WBC basically did their own investigation on the whole Povetkin situation when it happened. And that was 2 years ago in 2016, I believe May of 2016, where the whole fallout happened. So let's get into this article and break everything down. E King Fight News, guys. Alright, let's get it. U.S. boxer Wilder loses $4.3 million in Povetkin court case, claims Russian fighter's team. According to representatives from Forward Legal working with Povetkin and his promoter's company, a New York court has awarded the Russian boxer's team $4.3 million, which was frozen on a so-called escrow account after the canceled bout in May 2016. Here's a quote from Rubinsky, I believe, which is Povetkin's promoter. The decision of the District Court of New York can certainly be considered a victory. Reads a statement from the legal company. So I guess the lawyers that were helping Povetkin. The decision can be appealed within 30 days, but Povetkin's lawyers have already demanded the escrow agent return the money. A few hours ago, we won the court case in New York, claims against Deontay Wilder. That's Rubinsky's tweet. Alright, back when this all happened in May 2016, the WBC title fight between Wilder and Povetkin was scheduled. And due to the whole Meldonium positive, that only came up days before the actual fight. Team Wilder backed out and basically sued Povetkin on damages and wanted their purse of $5 million. And as we now know, the fact is that the WBC gave Povetkin a pass. They said, you know what? There's not sufficient evidence that shows Povetkin had taken Meldonium in that year, which it was deemed illegal, right? Because in this case, the drug was legal before 2016, I believe, right? And then it was put on the ban list in the start of 2016, right? So Povetkin said, hey, I took it in 2015, and then I didn't really take it afterwards. Maybe it was, in my system. That's what he said. Remember that? And then no one really believed him because he was clean for several days. He was clean on like 4 or 5 different tests. And then the week later, he tested positive And we're like, what the fuck? How did that get there? Does that make sense? Does that make sense, guys? Okay. Anyways, the WBC did their investigation and said, you know what? They looked at all this evidence that Povetkin had, and they said, you know what? This is a very good argument, and it's not conclusive that you took this shit, meldonium. So I don't believe he got suspended. I think it was the Osterine shit he really got fined for, because he definitely had to pay a premium. I know he got fined at least $500K from the WBC, so they got their payout. It's a shame Wilder didn't get his, because and you know what, they brought in the WBC whatever investigation they did, that was brought in as evidence, and that is the main deciding factor why Alexander Povetkin was able to beat Deontay Wilder in this situation. So unfortunately, Wilder just lost out on $4.3 million because the WBC slipped up. They gave somebody a pass, you know. Quite the shame, $4.3 million. But you know what? Wilder can get it all back. He can get it all back. The problem is, I don't know if Povetkin wants to take on a Deontay Wilder. He hasn't really spoken on that fight in terms of potentially revisiting that. I'd love to see that fight. That's a great fight to me. But Deontay Wilder is looking at Anthony Joshua. He's got $12.5 million on the table. I mean, he can get it all back. If he's looking at that 4.3 and thinking, oh, fuck, he can get it all back. But will he take the fight for 12.5? That's the question. That's a big question, guys. I mean, it's a lot of money, but at the same time, hey, you know, it could be $100 million fight. It could be $100 million fight, guys. It could be pay-per-view. It could be everything. So, definitely a lot on the line. Just to think about it, I'm not sure what Floyd Mayweather took when he first fought Oscar De La Hoya. That's an interesting question, because that was a situation where Floyd Mayweather took a B-side spot to move up in weight and face an Oscar De La Hoya, and he let Oscar dictate all the terms, and he moved up in weight and he fought Oscar at his own weight with his own gloves and all that. And you know, at some point there comes a time where you may have to, you know, sacrifice for a long-term goal. And if this is that situation, you know, that's up to Deontay Wilder. But for now, Eat King Fight News. Let me know what you guys think about this situation, the Alexander Povetkin being able to basically get one over on Deontay Wilder. I mean, Wilder definitely invested a good amount of money in terms of training camp, in terms of preparations. A lot of wasted time. A lot of wasted time to duck out of that Povetkin fight. And I don't mean duck as in like fucking like I mean, the guy tested positive. Look at what happened with Golovkin. Canelo tested positive, and Golovkin spoke out and he said, "This is bullshit." And fortunately, the athletic commission basically got this fight canceled, pretty much. So, Eat King Fight News, let me know what you guys think. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and as always, comments below. Eat King Fight News, that's what it is, guys.